Hello everybody and welcome to Sector 4 Racing. We are here in Monte Carlo for what is going to be absolute chaos, I'm sure. So this is going to be a different format for this weekend because we love carnage. So qualifying is qualifying, apart from the fact it's going to be race points. Therefore, if you're in pole position, you get 25 points. Second place, 18 points, all the way down. Obviously, outside the top 10, you get 0.5 of a point. And then after that, we are going to restart the lobby, and we're going to have a reverse championship order. So, this is going to be a lot of fun. It might be chaos, might be a shit show. We will find out. But I am all for it. So we're watching on board with Kaya Langston, who, by the way, will be starting, I believe, 3rd or 4th on the grid for the reverse grid. Literally, I believe it's Jake who will be and Jack Craig front row, and then we'll see the rest of it. But I'm pretty sure that is that. Anyway, Kaya, as he goes through and taking the telemetry off, it makes it look ugly. As it goes through the hairpin into Portier. I've got once again the track map so I can read corners, because I am terrible at corner names, even around an iconic circuit like Monaco. Through the tunnel section into the Novial chicane. Let's see how long I can go without forgetting. We've got a yellow flag. Let's hope no one DNFs in this qualifying session, because it will be brutal. Also, little fun fact for you. Chimp has a quali ban. It won't be served tonight. It will be served next weekend, as because this is a different type of weekend, would be a bit harsh to quali ban him for a race result kind of points. So he won't be serving that. Kaya 14-4. Next up is Tedoy, who goes invalidates. But yeah, so Chimp will serve it next time. 11-6 for Bradley. And then we've got the two RBs. Jenga starting his lap. Sylvan, a 10-9 championship contender. So the top three separated by 6 points. Jenga and Chimp are drawn on points. The only thing which is separating them is because Chimp has won more than one race. That is the only thing which has gotten Chimp ahead of Jenga in the championship standings. Chimp an 11-8 puts him 3rd. Let's go back on board with Jenga boy. Yes, so this race means a lot. And obviously we have a few other names. We've got Paul, who's racing. Very quick driver, as we know. Reflection, he is our new reserve. He has never raced here before. So he'll be yeah, keep an eye on him. He will be starting at the back because I forgot to mention as well, all the reserves will be starting at the back of the grid. This qualifying does not make any sort of difference to the grid order at the start of the race, but yes, it means that we will have Reflection starting at the back of the grid. All the reserves will also be starting at the back of the grid. So Jenga boy to the line. P4 and 11-6. The two championship rivals, 4th and 5th then. Is Sylvan Vesia starting another lap? It is. Sylvan, who is very quick around here, as you can see, a 6/10 gap between him and Tedoy. He is unbelievably quick, as much as I dislike hyping him up. Mr. Pants into the pit lane. Never mind. Jack Craig. No, it's Haas. Paul. Let's see what he can do then. He comes across the line. An 11-0 puts him 2nd place with a 11-0. And that is Kaya. Unfortunately, out of the session. Let's watch on board with Jenga. Where is he? Oh, middle of the circuit. This could be an issue for Sylvan here. Oh, he's had to back out. That is unfortunate for the Frenchman. And unfortunate for Kaya as well, actually. But keep an eye out. Kaya will be 3rd place, I believe, in the start, so keep an eye out on him. I believe Jenga will be starting a lap. Is Sylvan going to start another lap? he is. So he's obviously had to back out of his lap because Kaya's car was in the middle of the corner. If that was real life, we'd be waiting 2 hours for them to get rid of the the yellow flag, or the red flag. Would be a red flag, wouldn't it? Anyway, let's watch on board with Sylvain Vessia, the man who didn't realise, nor did I realise, being in the championship fight. None of us realised until last weekend. Well, obviously he won in Vegas. Can he make himself championship leader after this qualifying session? The championship order, by the way, will be from last weekend's going into this session. So yeah, we don't have to worry about all that. I've been pinged. Oh, that's Kaya saying he loves the barriers. Cool. I'm sure they love you too. So Sylvain then, swimming pool sector is 2 tenths down. Has he set too quick of a lap too early on? Oh, that's a wall. Everyone seems to love that wall. Let's try not to whack it too hard. Sylvain peeling into the pit lane. Brother, what are you doing? He never fails to amuse me. I just... What the fuck? This guy is honestly one of a kind. Let's watch on board with Jack Craig. If he had gotten himself disqualified, that would have been bloody hilarious. But unfortunately he didn't. Saying that though, championship fight I would quite like to see. Let's see what Mr. Craig can do. Had a very good result in Canada a few weeks ago. I actually did the highlights and it turned out he was nearly a lap down. He was a minute behind as he goes 10th fastest into 13.2. He was yeah, he was a minute behind and somehow managed to get 5th out of it. I know safety car obviously helped and saved a day, but oh, invalidated, no mind. But yeah, let's see what Bradley can do then. He's only raced. Oh, oh Jesus Christ! This man is having a terrifying few corners. Do not want to be clipping that inside curb. The issue is you want to be going for that, because otherwise you don't get in the time. Monaco is very on limits. You have to be on edge. Mr. Pants, let's see what the man in the pants can do. P7 and 11.7, not bad from the McLaren driver. Let's see. Jack Craig invalidated. Of course he's not on a lap. Cam Rules invalidated. Ted Oy, let's see what he can do. Someone who was very quick in Vegas. I think he went from last to 4th. So he's got pace on him. Reason obviously he joined very last minute, so he couldn't thinking Bob. My mind is blank today. He couldn't turn up for qualifying, so he started at the back in the race. But Ted Oy, fastest lap, 10.7. Is this man someone who should be frightening the rest of the grid, including Chimp, as Big Boy Jewin joins the session? He will be racing tonight. You'd love to see it. Let's do a lap on board with... I swear I said he was on an out lap. Is he on a lap? I think he's on a lap. Let's watch on board with Chimp. Let's see his first set to split. Yeah, he's 10th up. So, going into the Grand Hotel, or what I call it, the hairpin, because, well, would you believe that's what it is? Just checking. Sylvain and Jenga, yeah, both out laps. So going into the tunnel, it's daylight, it will be night time for the race. You get blinded as you come out of it. Not a nice experience when the sun's going down, I can safely say that. Into the Neville chicane before you go through to back, and then the swimming pool sector. Oh, was that invalidation? That was an invalidation. 4 attempts up as well would have put him into a neat P2. but unfortunately for him, foul ball. Sylvan has invalidated again, so let's watch on board with Jenga Boy instead. Hopefully we might get a valid lap from him as he goes into the chicane. That's slightly deep, but that is one thing with the controller. Controller drivers hate the circuit just purely because of that hairpin alone. Very, very slow and painful corner to do on controller. As someone who used to race on controller, I absolutely hated it. But thankfully I've got a wheel that was valid, wasn't it? Oh, Paul's gone faster. It's a 10.3. Jesus! That is a very quick lap time as Jenga 3/10 up on his lap. Nowhere near what Paul set there. I feel like Paul might regret, and I know he's obviously not meaning to miss a load of races, but because he's missed so many races, he could have won this championship, but I think he is just too far back to win it as Jenga goes up to 3rd place, a 10.8 as he hits the wall. Decent lap from the man in the RB. Let's focus on who's the Red Bull. It's Power Hayes. Let's see what the man in the Red Bull can do. He has got a Mercedes who is invalidated. Okay, so no blocking happened, and he is a 10th up on his lap time. A 12.1 keeps him in 8th place for now. So Jack Craig on a lap. Got to remember, as it stands, Paul will be getting those 25 points in this qualifying session. Jenga will take the lead of the championship unless Chimp can do something about it. This weekend is so crucial for the championship. It's like having a whole other race in the race. As Sylvan, he is a 10th up. He really let that rear loose through there. I think that probably actually made him go quicker though. Across the line, Sylvan Vesio goes a 10.6, puts him into P2, 3/10 off Paul. As it stands, actually, I think would put him in the championship lead just for now. As it stands, I believe it would put him in the lead of the championship. It's crazy this season. And as it stands, obviously we've not had a duplicate winner. Now, does a race win count? This is a question for you all, and I want to know your opinions on it. If Paul was to win this, or whoever gets pole position, does that class as a win? Because I know it's qualifying, but at the same time you get the points as if it's qualifying. I'm just intrigued to see what your opinions are on that. Do let me know if you are watching. We've got 8 people. I hope you are all having a great and splendid Saturday night, or evening, I guess. It's night. As Jake comes through the final corner, burns the last of his ERS. Puts himself P9 as a 12.4, and who was that who was coming out of the pit lane? That was very close. Who was it? Was it Paul? It was. My God. Oh no, it wasn't. Who is that? Oh, is that that's Jack. Okay. So everyone on their outlaps then. Who is going to get pole position tonight? We will see, as I believe we've got ORT cam rules. Let's see what he can do in the Audi. He has kept it through turn 1. He hasn't invalidated, so that's a start. A lot of people don't seemingly can do that properly. If I look at his telemetry, he is. So a little tactic that Cam taught me actually. Overtake through sector 1 and 2 and 3 without turning it off seems to be the meta. I don't know why, but it is. Sylvan, by the way, in the pits, so I don't... Actually, he could probably get out in time. Unless that is his qualifying. Let's see what Cam can do then as he goes through the Novo chicane. And he goes to Raskas, as Cam goes through the final corner. It did say he set fastest set to 1, but that can't be true. He goes P8 and 11.9. Chimp, I believe, starting his lap. Yep, he must be. Ewan was a title fight, and then Vegas came around, and it kind of fell off a bit from there. He comes across the line, 14.2. I presume he's going to do another lap, because there's no way going to be good enough. Mr. Pants across the line didn't improve. We got Ted Ois. Keep an eye on him. Paul is not going to complete that lap. Jenga Boy. Oh, Sylvan did make it. Huh, fair enough. Bradley, let's see what he can do. He's starting a lap. Jenga is not on a fast lap. No one seems to be on a fast lap, but Chimp, here we go. Championship leader, only leading because he has more race wins. The only driver to win more than one race this season. He's 5 tenths up in his 2 sectors. That will put him on pole position as it stands. Only just though, I think. Here we go. Chimp, final corner. Gets on the throttle nicely. How does he do? Into the 9s, into the 10s. It's not going to be pole position. It's going to be a 10.6 for the man in the Mercedes. As Power Hayes is about to start his lap. We've got Ewan, who is going to start his lap, and Jake about to start his lap. So we are going to cut to Ted Ois, who has invalidated. Does he have enough time to start another lap? I think he does. So we now jump to Jack Craig, who is starting his lap. Paul has binned it. That is his session well and truly done. As Sylvan looks like he won't be able to improve on his time. Has Paul just put him in the wall? Did he just put Thingamabob in the wall? Huge. Bradley across the line won't be able to improve. Jenga Boy, can he do anything to displace Paul from pole position? He only goes 4th place. Tedoy is still on a lap though. Keep an eye out for him, as is Camerals, 2 tenths up on his lap. Little bit shy on the throttle there for the final few corners. And it's 8th place and 11.7. We've got Power Hayes, who is invalidated. Chimp, is he doing another lap? It's not going to happen. He's got full of ERS. As that is Bradley who has binned it. Let's watch on board with Ted Ois then. The only man who I think can challenge for pole position who comes through the final corner. A little bit loose through Raskas across the line. And it is not pole position for Ted Ois. It's only P5. So it is Paul on pole position from Sylvan in P2. So Sylvan currently won't be leading with the championship. By the way, that means Paul won in the qualifying. Sylvan P2, Chimp P3, Jenga 4th, Ted Ois 5th, Mr. Pants 6th, Bradley 7th, Cam in 8th, Power Hayes 9th, Jake 10th, Jack Craig 11th, Big Boy Ewan 12th, Dark Shadow 13th, and Reflection 14th. Ewan only half a point again. Ever since he won in Silverstone, no, it wasn't even so. Was that Silverstone? It was Canada. He has been in no man's land. But it is Paul who gets the 25 points. And I tell you what, maybe still can fight for the championship. So we now need these guys to go and pretty much fling it into the wall, just throw it in, destroy your cars, go, I don't know, go and see who lives in Monaco. Everyone does. Lewis Hamilton, go and see him in his hotel or his yacht. Kimi Raikkonen, go and see him in his yacht. So yes, Paul will so apparently the Sylvan Chimp is 3 points ahead in the standings, and I believe he's 3 points ahead of Sylvan, I think. and then it will be Jenga, who's dropped down from the lead of the championship to third. Here we go then, the Crash Grand Prix. Slow us down, away we go. Everyone jumps to start. Look at all those jump starts, and they're all spinning around upside down. Absolute carnage. That Ferrari lifted off the ground. Everything kicks off, and that is, of course, it's a red flag. Why do we not turn red flags off, Cameron? Sorry, I didn't mean to blow all your ears off. But that should have. As Big Boy Ewan is doing a Lewis Hamilton, going by himself. Lights out and away we go. For Ewan only. Mr. Pants has left the session. And yeah. So I think Mr. Pants thinks that we might have been restarting the entire thing. We're not. What's the road in soon? Is it still the same as your sheet? Yes. So, to get your grid, because I won't be able to show it to you while we wait, it is, Eddie's not racing, so it is Jake on pole position to Jack Craig in second. Bradley will be third from Dark Shadow. Mr. Pants P5 with Power Haze in 6th. Cameral's in 7th with Paul in 8th. Ewan 9th. Sylvan 10th. Jenga 11th. Chimp 12th. And then Boss Blue isn't racing. Our Gummers will be 13th. Arsenal Boy, yeah, I can't read with the backwards in it. I messed it up, I can't know. So yeah, we now wait Mr. Pants. Oh, he's already in. Okay, cool. So yes, we now wait. It is going to be a night race. I need to remind Cameron of that. We wait for him to get on with it, which will take him time. So 15 drivers on the grid. Let me go through the standings because I feel like it is important. We go to so as it stands, we haven't done the maths, but Jenga and Chimp are on points leading. Chimp will be leading by the same points because he's got more wins. I said that earlier. Sylvan's third. Ewan in P4, 58.5 points. Again, not a great result in quali though, so unless he has a win tonight, which will be very difficult for him, he will be dropping down. Paul in 5th. Though he will shoot up the grid. He was 35 points behind. That will now massively increase because neither Jenga or Chimp were in the top 3, I don't believe. Camerals, he's had a disappointing qualifying. Had quite a disappointing few races, to be fair. You know, Canada he could have won, but bowled it. So Power Hayes, Mr. Consistent, wasn't very consistent the last 2 races. Can he be consistent tonight? We will see. Why has he put it as a free lapper? I will not know. Mr. Pants in 8th. He had quite a good qualifying session. I think he qualified 6th, didn't he? Kaya in 9th. Let me have a look. Yeah, I think so. Looks about right. Cool. Alright, wait. We were about to go, and then it turns out Cam needs a piss. So we're waiting. Because the host needs a piss. Arsenal boy needs to select a car. I don't know if he knows that. He actually probably needs to be told what car. It doesn't really matter. Tree. Go Williams, whatever. Cool. I don't really know what do commentators talk about through like breaks like this. I don't rarely ever do these. Constructors, fuck it, why not? So as it stands, it's looking very likely that the RBs will be winning the constructors. 89.5 points separate Racing Bull and Cadillac. Audi in third, only 15 points behind Cadillac. Haas in fourth with 54 points, Red Bull fifth with 45 points, McLaren 35.5 points, Ferrari 18.5 points. By the way, here's a little fun fact for you. Dark Shadow 01212121 is the only Ferrari driver who has scored points. Wait, hang on, I just realised he's on 19 points. I've got that down as 18.5. Okay, I've miscalculated that. Either way, yes, he has been carrying Ferrari like completely this season, because guess what, every Ferrari driver that we have assigned for a seat just doesn't, like, they just disappear off the planet of the earth. So some of these reserves will be given a full-time seat, because quite frankly I think it's a mistake that you go and take a seat to then just disappear. Like, come on. So yes, hopefully Kaya will have a teammate. Cam also has scored the majority of Audi's points. However, Reuter Groos Strace, I want to say, is coming back next week. If he's not, then we'll swap him out. Who else are we on about? I think that's it, really. Aston Martin have not had a consistent driver until Bradley has turned up today, thank God. He got second in Texas, which we didn't stream, and annoyingly I think Texas was quite a good race. So yes, Cam says only Ferrari driver to actually race. Oh shit, yeah. No other Ferrari, no one's driven in the Ferrari apart from maybe a reserve. I think New Zealand Cam, before he decided to fall out with everyone in the chat and leave, he drove for the Ferrari as a reserve. But apart from that, we've not, I don't think we've even had a proper reserve even race in a Ferrari. So yes, next week I plan to have Kaya a teammate. If Kaya doesn't have a teammate by the end of the season, I'm going to be bloody devastated for him, because we have 3 more races to go. I could have sworn. Oh no, that is up there, Joe. We've got Belgium, Madrid, and Brazil for the final 3 races, and only one champion can be decided. Yeah. Pretty much. Next season will be announced shortly. We will get next season's stuff sorted. I couldn't give you a date. This is something the admin team and I are going to discuss on when it starts, what we're doing. Are we going to do different things? Because I planned personally to have more like wildcard races, and then kept forgetting about them because I've been so busy. And then I thought, you know what, Monaco, it's hard to overtake. Fuck it. Let's just have everyone, have the whole grid reversed. Let it all begin. So, yeah. This is going to be fun. and I thoroughly look forward to it. I hope we will not have too much chaos. I want at least fucking 10 people to finish in the race. That's what I hope. With 15 people in the grid, no ghosting as well. So if there's a pile up, you can't ghost for a car. That's it. You are driving forever. You're gonna what am I saying? I'm sorry, Cam's deleted my message about the setups. Oh, my mind's gone blank. Yeah, if there's a pile up, pretty much, if you're at the back and you don't see the pile up, you're fucked because you can't go through them, which is going to be amusing. I imagine the steward's room might be a bit busy tonight. We will see. I'm gonna have a sip of my drink before we get going. There we go. Voice is refreshed, updated. Doesn't feel it, but we'll go with it. Is there anything else getting said in the chat? We have 7 people watching. Hello. Hope you're all having a good night. I hope you are ready to enjoy the chaos which is about to begin. Now, if Cam's been smart, there will be a night race. There it is. The lights are on the streets of Monte Carlo. We're keeping all of the neighbours and people awake all night because it's midnight. Yeah. Imagine waking up and just hearing a load of F1 cars going around the circuit. What do you do? I don't know if I'd laugh or cry because I want to go to sleep, but it's F1 cars. So, yeah. This is what my life's turned to. I'm commentating and I don't know what I'm saying. I literally, when you're sat here waiting, what do you talk about? I know there's a guy in another league who starts talking about his beard oil or something. Bloody hilarious commentator. One of the best. But yes, we wait for everyone to pop their setups on and sort their strategies out. I'm sure someone's probably readied up as soon as physically possible, so we'll get going very, very shortly. Can have one more sip on my drink before we start. Cool. So, Jake says he's scared. People are gonna dive on me. Defend then. Yes, if you're any of the viewers, drivers who are at the front, please defend people. Don't just wave them through, because that's not how racing works. But yes, I believe it will be Jake who's starting on pole position. Cameron says ready up. So we will be going in approximately 30 seconds, if that. I'm gonna stay quiet because I know the highlights I always end up cutting half of my speaking, so I'm gonna wait until we go to the the 5 red lights. Here we go then. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. So that's out and away we go. Who gets the better start between Jake and Jack? It looks like it's actually Bradley who's got the better start, but Jake leads us into turn 1. Bradley in P2. Mr. Pants drops down to P3. Jack Craig down to P4. Oh, actually, Mr. Pants is jumped up to P3. What a start from him. Cam already up to 5th. Paul trying to fight past Big Boy Juan. Can he get the move done? He does make the move done. Meanwhile, Arsenal boy and Tedoy going side by side as we go into the hairpin. Oh, there's a crash between a Red Bull and one of the RBs. I don't think anyone got front wing damage out of it, surprisingly. Ewan's made a move, and there's a pile up already. Oh, it's a big pile up. Sylvan round, blocking Arsenal boy. You can't park there, and that is exactly what I expected. That is Sylvan, champion contender round, which is not ideal for him. Meanwhile, that is a beautiful view. We're going to cut to the leaders, because Mr. Pants is looking pacey here in Monaco. I've just clicked on the Cam has had a brilliant start up to P5. Jake, he was worried about dive bombs. He has led a lap, and it's his first lead. Oh, you don't want to be corner cutting there. That's not ideal. That would be a straightaway warning as Sylvan into the pit lane. It's not a good start for the Frenchman, but the top 3 have completely bolted away as Power Hayes has gotten past Jenga Boy. Hello. Jenga Boy not in great shape here. Maybe not a track he's exactly liking as Ewan around the outside of Paul. Here we go, the 2 Ewans bumping wheels. More bumping wheels into the hairpin. No contact with the barrier, still bumping wheels. This is great racing between the 2 of them. However, Paul takes P7 from Big Boy Ewan. So they now have the mighty Dark Shadow. Ooh, don't hit that wall. Let's see what these guys can do, because Kaya, presuming he sticks to my rules, will become a roadblock and will not let anyone through. That is what I've told him. He is going to be a moving chicane. So, presuming he doesn't want to ruin my evening, he's going to do exactly that. Oh, okay. That was easier said than done. Just could have sworn he hit the wall there. Can Kaya go and get the switchback? No, he can't. So he's going to have to stay pretty as Tedoy has got off into the barrier. That is not a normal place to go in the barrier, and that is a VSC, a virtual safety car. How on earth has he parked it there? I don't know, but he's got front wing damage, which isn't good for him. I don't know what's happened there to end up in the barrier like that. That's a really bizarre place to have lost it. Someone maybe bumped him off. I don't know. That's a really bizarre place to go off though, for sure. Anyway then, both Jake and Mr. Pants have dropped Bradley here a little here, which is quite surprising. Has Bradley lost a bit of his front wing? He has, I think. He has, yeah, that'll be why. Bradley then, not going to be too happy with that front wing damage. I tell you what, that gap is building. Well, will build. Is anyone going to pit? Jake thinks about it. Bradley, does he pit? He's got a front wing damage. I don't think he does. Because it's green flag racing, and I tell you what, Mr. Pants has had a excellent restart. Can he go and make the move on Jake? No, he doesn't. He sits back for now. Nearly run into the back of him. But yes, he stays back for now. Meanwhile, we have now Jack having a lovely train for P4. Mr. Pants is looking very pacey around here. He's going to send it down the inside of Jake. Can he make him move? Bumping wheels. As per usual, you kind of have to around here. Jake's going to send it back down the inside. He's defending it. There's more wheel banging. I don't believe any of them hit the wall, but Mr. Pants takes the lead of your Monaco Grand Prix. What a move from the McLaren driver. Will Jake be able to do anything about it? I don't believe so. He will sit back for now, maybe try and keep up, but what a move from Mr. Pants. I keep saying I'm Team Pants, and I wasn't kidding. Well, no, I don't want to sound too biased. It's Chimp, by the way, past Power Hayes. Looks like a fairly easy move. It's done that in the tunnel. But yeah, so Jack Craig, hopefully he's going to make his car as wild as he can. I've just realised that actually, as pull down the inside of Cam, and they're both in the wall. And you both can't park there. And we've got another virtual safety car. Why has he put ghosting on? I don't know. What is Cam's cruising through that? Pull 10-second time penalty. That was a very, very risky send. I'm just gonna check that he's actually not turned. The ghosting was still off. It is. I don't understand why they're ghosted, but okay, I guess it's avoided chaos. But yes, pull. Bit of a lungy send, and that pops him down very, very far. However, as Sylvan's driving around with no front nose, which is impressive as hell, well done. Sylvan's not getting very lucky. He didn't get a virtual safety car for when he had his crash, but everyone else is getting virtual safety cars for their crashes. That is another. Has everyone got a missing front nose? They don't. It's just the guys who have lost their front wings, which do. Very odd. So then, we'll hopefully get green flag running once again. I'm glad they're virtual safety cars for now, because otherwise it would be a very boring one-stop race, which is very boring. No one wants a one-stop race. As I believe we're going to go green flag racing. You can always tell, yeah, because they always slow down, as that is Jake, who's gone very deep, and Bradley is going to have a pretty easy move here, unless will Jake try to fight it. He goes, he sends it down the inside. He's corner cutted, but he has made the move stick. He is still in P2. He wants this podium more than anything. He was saying he's worried about people sending it down his inside. Well, let me tell you, he is not going to go without a fight, and I love it. He's a bit annoyed with himself. He's not getting as many points as he wants, as Kaya and Jenga Boy bashing side pods. Will Kaya try to send it down the inside? No, he won't, as he's now got Chimp behind him. Now Kaya, I imagine he's sitting here thinking, shit, this is the championship fight, I really don't want to get involved. As we're going to cut straight back, hang on, because Bradley, here he goes again. Sits back for now. As Chimp having a look on Kaya. Kaya's going to defend the inside. Gets punted a little there. Kind of forces him off track. Meanwhile, oh, Kaya, you don't do that. Oh dear. That wasn't great defending. Bradley still on the back of Jake. Jake is making this as hard as physically possible for Mr. Pants to get through. But can't do anything just yet. Meanwhile, Jack Craig, I presume he probably let his teammate through. I wouldn't blame him. Let's see. He's got Jenga Boy up his backside. Now I presume Jack's going to be smart here. He's going to defend Jenga because, you know, you've got your teammate who is still technically in the championship fight. It's not looking great for him because obviously qualifying didn't go too well, as we're getting fastest laps here from the clean air. We're going to cut back to the fight for P2 here. Bradley going to take the inside line. Can't do anything about it just yet. Tell you what, he's got a better exit. He can't do anything about it though, because this track is so hard to overtake. There's contact between Jack and Jenga, I believe. A little bit of contact going on there for P5. But again, has to sit back. See this? I'm missing a lot here because you can never tell. Here we go. Oh, Bradley. He thought about sending it down the inside there. Gonna say that's a risky move. Here we go then. He's got the exit going down the start finish straight. Jake, he's surely got to send it again, right? Here we go. Has he got it? He's cut the corner again to keep it. They're still going side by side. Oh, this could get interesting. We cut away from them for a second there. Will Jake try to hold it around the outside? He is definitely going to give it a go. Can he defend it? He does! What a defence from Jake. This is brilliant driving from the Red Bull driver. And this is letting Ewan come, and there is a big crash. Oh, a big crash indeed. That is Kaya and Arsenal Boy. There is a pile up coming ahead, and that is a red flag, and I am hardly surprised. Our first red flag of the season, and it involved Kaya, who is out of the session with Arsenal Boy. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay. And that is why we have and that is why we have ghosting off for this exact reason. What is Kaya parked there for? What did he do? Here we go then, for the second time. Go to 5. Red lights. Lights out, and away we go again. Who gets the better start from the front row? It looks like Mr. Pants does, as Jake keeps P2, and Ewan goes around the outside of Bradley into P3 and into P2, because Jake, I think, has forgotten to turn his ERS back on, and that has made easy work for Ewan. There's Jake still fighting off the Aston Martin. Oh, it's clipped the inside wall, and there's more front wing debris going on as Bradley tries to go up the inside. As they're going to go side by side into the hairpin, and there's contact. Jake, you're turning into Jenga there. He's had a bit of a kerfuffle. Jenga's now in the wall, and well, that's defending, and I don't think that's gonna. It's not very clean defending, and I don't think that's going to be a very happy Jenga boy, as Power Hayes now on the back of the sister team. Driver going to sit back for now. Chimp is now. Oh, there's contact, and that is Jake into the wall again. Did Jenga punt him off there? I'm not entirely sure. Power Hayes is through the both of them. I think he might have given him a little whack up the backside. As Jenga is now making life much harder for Chimp. He's actually letting him through. I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but now Jack Craig is... What is going on here? Why did Jenga... Oh, there's a crash, and that is Jack Craig now in the wall. What is going on? As Jack Craig's now out of the session, and that is now a safety car in this race. Jake gets overtaken by said safety car, but Mr. Pants still keeps his lead. And what chaos this has caused. So Tedoy is still missing his front end bit, so is Sylvan. So Sylvan's actually getting quite lucky with this, as Jesus Christ, that was terrifying to watch. There's a lot of front wing damage in this lobby. I think Power Hayes is one of the ones who got away with it up into P4. Actually, has he lost a bit of his front wing as well? Oh no, he hasn't. Chimp has. Jenga has. Paul has. Tedoy, has. Sylvan hasn't. Cam... I thought Cam got in a collision, but I think he's okay. So it's Reflection and obviously Jake. Now, is anyone going to pit? Not from the top 3. Power Hayes stays out. Surely if you're Chimp, you've got to get that front wing replaced. So does Jenga. So does Paul. So does Tedoy. And I tell you what, a certain Sylvan Messier is looking in a very, very nice place indeed. He's got to stick to the Delta. Don't get a speeding penalty. Cam rules up into P6. Reflection, new driver. I haven't really shown much of him. Into P7. As Paul has got ahead of Tedoy, Chimp and Jenga, whose crew seems to be taking forever to get that front wing sorted. I do wonder if maybe... Can Jake get himself up to P11? No, he can't. Now, I am... Why is Paul's front wing is not fixed? Oh no! It's huge! Oh dear. You could not write this stuff, man. You could not write this stuff at all. Ah dear. So, we don't get many safety cars in this league. I can't remember the last time we had a safety car. Not a proper one anyway. So the chat is looking very family friendly. Arsenal boy has put, that Dark Shadow guy is either drunk or severely lacking in brain cells. Holy shit, fuck that guy. Jack Craig has called them all clowns. And then Kaya's just put, Arsenal boys, damned. So that's Kaya putting his input into the chat. But we go another lap under the safety car. We're only on lap 12, by the way. And I don't know if the safety cars get restarted from this like point onwards. I believe red flags can go as long as possible. Arsenal Boys has left the server, which is unfortunate. I don't know what happened between him and Kaya. Tedoy didn't get his front wing replaced either. My god. Jenga's got a get out of jail thing with that. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to ask Kaya, what's happened? How did you crash there? He's straight away on FIFA, so that says a lot. Oh, dearie me. And by the way, Power Haze, I can't express how lucky this man is. He drove right into Kaya's side pod. He should be, if that was on sim damage, he's out. Kaya says, me and Arsenal decided not to back out while we side by side. I want a clip. I can't show the clip on stream because I'm on PlayStation, but I would quite like to see a clip of said incident. If he tells me he hasn't got a clip, there's going to be trouble. Yeah, because if he hasn't got a clip, I have a feeling this is very much going to the stewards. So, yeah. Oh, that's a very late call from the safety car. Bro decided to peel in last second. Here we go then. No one expected this. Mr. Pants takes us away. Green flag racing. As he keeps his lead. Ewan then. He is looking fancy for himself. Another front wing. Another win as Paul and Jenga are going side by side. And they've slowed each other out. They're wheel bumping again. They're still wheel bumping. There's a wall there, boys. Jenga just about defends it. What a defense from the RB. Oh, he's lost the rear end though. Has reflection gone off maybe? As they're still wheel bumping going into the hairpin. There's an hour crash. Paul has lost his front wing. He's taken his anger out and he's hit reflection in the process. And Jenga will once again stay in P10. There is a virtual safety car. Paul, keep that head high up, mate. There's reacting and there's also threatening to hit someone into the fall. Okay, so once again this race has another virtual safety car. I don't know how many more we have, but I'm sure Bert Mylander is getting quite sick of this shit, and I don't blame him. Because he's always on standby, bless him. I think reflection. Oh, I did get front wing damage. Oh, that's unfortunate. As Jenga's also in, he's hit reflection into the wall, and Paul is in. Oh no! We both got penalties for the collisions. Oh, dearie me. How many pit stops have these guys done? Tedoy's done 4. Paul's done 4. Jenga's done 5, did that say? Did I say Jenga's done 5? Oh no, Paul's done 5. Jenga's done 3. My god. Okay. And Mr. Pants has got a drive-through penalty for speeding onto the virtual safety car. Oh no. Oh, go for him. He was doing such a good job as Jenga gets past reflection up to P11. Reflections are very well, he tries to be consistent apart from when he gets put into a wall, which he did. I said this, I feel like there's going to be a lot of steward reports, and something tells me there might be. It's annoying that Arsenal boy decided to leave the server, because we could have got it reported, we could have had a penalty for Kaya. Meanwhile, Mr. Pants goes and takes his arm. Actually gutted for him, man. Jenga 3-second time penalty. These penalties, I completely forgot about them. How do I find them? 13 seconds Jenga has. Christ, he must be on the verge of getting disqualified by the game. Oh, let's look at positions game. Doohan, by the way, into the lead of the race. 8 places gained around Monte Carlo, by the way. Let's just get that out there. Very good drive from him as Cam down the inside of Sylvain, who, has he lost a bit of his front wing? He has. It's Chimp then looking in a decent position as Sylvain, rightly so, I don't blame him for doing this, holding the fuck out of Chimp, because you got to. He's your championship rival. So let's see what happens here. Chimp's kind of probably going to have to send it on Sylvain here, because he's going to get held a lot up. To be honest, Cam's hardly pulling away, which isn't great for him. It's not great for Sylvain. Sylvain, yeah, he takes it nice and slowly. Oh no, what a shame. He's lost his front wing. Peels into the pit lane. I actually thought he might stay out just to make Chimp's life a misery. But yeah, Chimp up to P5, Jake up to P6. So I have a fairly hard feeling that a penalty might be coming the way of Chimp. We will see. It depends what's reported. I might have to intervene in terms of the penalties because there's a fair few which I have a feeling might be called. Paul is not a happy man. I don't blame him. I don't think I'd be a very happy man, to be honest. They're in a group together, by the way. They're supposedly good friends. Whether or not they're going to be friends after this, I don't know. Because Jenga's in a title fight, right? Jenga does not need Paul having collisions and shit like that. So it's going to annoy Jenga. It's benefiting Chimp so much. If Chimp bottles this somehow, then he's been like, this is a gift from heaven. And by the way, Sylvain Vessia, unless he's been hit and I just don't know about it, what a bottle, man. He honestly, he's meant to be Mr. Consistent around here and he's let me down. Meanwhile, Tedoy, is he going to have a look at Jake? He's not. And corner cuts instead. It's one way around the issue. Here goes. Ew. Switchback. No way. No way from Tedoy is he going to do this to Jake. You can't do that. No way. Ooh, a bit of bumping with the wheels. Jake seems to be quite good at keeping the inside and defending it. A little bit of wheel banging, but Tedoy's made the move. Wow, what a move. That might be overtake of the season. That was beautiful positioning. Meanwhile, Chimp up the back of Mr. Rules. Mr. Rules, who could have been the championship contender. There's been a crash between you and that's Power Haze. Oh my god, what has happened between the two leaders? I think Bradley might have hit Ewan? That's a very odd position to go off. My god, I forgot how dangerous no ghosting is around Monaco. Oh my god, Power Haze. Take a bow, son, for avoiding that. Anyway, Chimp. Can he make the move on Cam? Cam defends it for now. He's going to stay back. Oh. Chimp, can he go around the outside? He's going to give it a go. Doesn't really have the grip that he'd want to be able to do that. He's going to stay behind, but he's going to send it on Cam. Cam turns in. Perfectly okay to do so. Good defending from the Manchesterian. Does Ewan have front wing damage? He does. He had a massive spin like that and got no front wing damage. Wow. So Bradley is your race leader as Cam's had a little squirrely moment. This could benefit Chimp significantly. Is he going to send it down the inside? No, he's not. Not for now. Cam holds everyone up. Oh, we've got side by side between Jake and Mr. Pants. Oh, they've collided. The two who started on the front row. They didn't start on the front row, but they were fighting for the win. Have collided. Oh, Mr. Pants trying to go down the inside through there. You don't want to be trying to make a move there. Mr. Pants' head is, I'm not surprisingly, gone. We're going to cut to Chimp. Going They go around the outside, he stays back for now. Chimp is all over the backside of Cam. Oh, he's thinking about it, he's thinking about it. He's going to try and go down the inside. Cam defends it well though. Going to cut to this fight really quickly. Oh, they've collided! And that is Mr. Pants into the barrier. Is that Jake into the barrier as well? I think he hit it, but I don't think he got any damage from it. Cam is still... Choo choo, welcome to the Cam train, he is saying in the party, I'm sure. I need a soundboard. So, yeah. Here goes Chimp. He's going to go for the inside. Cam's going to defend it. And defends it fairly well. Perfectly legal in this league. However, Cam's spent for his battery and there goes up my side. Oh, he's put him into a wall. Ooh, Cam's not going to be happy. And that is his angry weave where he's lost the rear end and he's angry with himself. To give it, you got to take it. That rain I just saw there. No way is it going to rain. That'd be mad. As Tedoy then, can he make a move? Jake into the pit lane for probably about a 4th time for himself as well. Cam rules 3-second time penalty. Something tells me someone's head might be gone. So, a little bit of quietness in this race, apart from the fact it's not, because these two, once again, on circuit with each other. Jenga is going to be hating life right now, because of how this race has gone the highlight reel. It is raining! It's raining! Oh my god, no way. Are we going to have a wet Monaco? As if this race is going to get any more crazier, we've got a wet Monaco Grand Prix. Oh, this is going to be absolute cinema. I thought it was a pixel thing, but it's not. It is actually raining here in Monaco. I don't think it was meant to, as we've got another issue, and that is Power Haze out of the session. Oh no, and that is another VSC. These guys have to be careful. Don't clip him. Ah, it's all by himself as well. He was doing such a good job. Now, as we've got... Who was that on the Inters? Jake, who's gone on the Inters. It's not raining that hard. Bloody hell. Oh, gutted for him. I'm actually gutted for him. He was having... I honestly thought he was going to get P2 quite safely there. That is Tedoy pitting. Is he going to gamble onto the intermediates? Potentially. Potentially. Oh, guide for him. Green flag racing, by the way. We've got a few of these guys going on to the intermediates then. Paul's got a drive. 10-second time penalty. So does Jenga to take. So these guys both sitting without a front wing. Have I missed something? I don't know, but they're both sitting without a front wing. At this rate, Bradley might honestly lap these guys. Hopefully these guys can like chill in the wet, you know, like. So these two are back on circuit together. I don't know why it's looking quite soggy out there. I don't know if my dog would get soaked, but oh, Jenga. Oh, Jenga boy. Come on. Let's keep it on circuit, please. My god. Oh, that's Paul wall riding there. The lines these guys are taking, it's phenomenal. You wouldn't believe that Jenga's leading the championship tonight. Paul tries to dummy him. Jenga is not wet enough for this. There's a bit of rear banging there from Paul. It's not wet. It looks, these guys are sliding a lot considering they were on Inters, but these guys are perfectly fine on their dry tyres, so I'm quite confused, unless they're really like gonna try and gamble for another safety car. Wouldn't surprise me, as that is reflection into the pit lane, so he's going to try, I presume, onto the intermediate tyres. Mr. Pants jumps in. Mr. Pants actually then, on the intermediate tyres, may not be as fucked as I thought he might be. As these two then carry on fire, and that was a hit of the wall by Paul. These two, honestly, like, I'm waiting for the reports, and I know for a fact one of these guys will complain. Well, not one of these guys. Jenga's actually quite good at... oh, here goes Paul down the inside! Oh, they've both collided again! Oh, dearie me, and Jenga's they're still going side by side. Paul gonna try dummy him. Oh my god, no way is he gonna do this around the outside. Nah, he nearly cooked then. That was nearly so impressive. I think Ewan's staying out for another lap. Wow. This is heating up. Pull down the inside. There's not a send going on there, and they're both into the wall again. Paul's going for the switchback. He's going to send it here, I'm sure. Jenga gives him the room. Bit more wheel banging. The thing is, they're both on tyres they shouldn't be on, and it's probably not making life very easy for them. Here goes Paul again. Bumps into the back of him. Sits back for now. See, there's the thing with Paul is in Canada he complained about Jenga's racing standards. They were bumping, etc. And I think he is trying to now follow the rules, which is good. It's just getting a bit naughty between these two. Right now, I think there's probably 2 reports which might come out as a penalty from both sides. Purely because I did put an announcement out last week, which I should have really have done again today, about putting people in barriers. Though I think that rule might have been forgotten by these two. I'll be totally real with you, as Paul is all over the backside of Jenga. There's more contact with these guys again. Oh, the cockpits must be getting warm. They must be getting heated. It keeps touching him. He just keeps touching it. Big boy Joan into the pit lane. I'm going to very, very, very quickly cut to the leaders, because right now I think that fight is just cursed anyway. Where is Joan going to come out? Is it going to come out in clear space? I believe he will. Sylvan and Mr. Pants going side by side. It doesn't really matter. Sylvan into the pit lane. Mr. Pants has slightly cooked here, as these two are going side by side again. Banging wheels again. Losing the rear end again. Oh, they're both to the wall again. Oh my god. Oh, they're going to be lapped in a minute. They both got front wing damage again. How on earth are they still going? I will never know. Here goes Paul again. I thought it was going to send it down the inside. You've got a pit, and they're both staying out. They're both staying out. Oh dear. As they both jump Reflection. I think Reflection must have had a moment, because he's into the pits again. I'm just going to very quickly get the tyres out. So it's just Bradley and Chimp who need to pit. Here goes Paul again, trying to go down the inside. The front wing is not going to let you do that. You need to be careful. As Bradley into the pit lane, we do need to cut to this fight for the lead, so we are going to cut away. If they take each other out, we're missing it. Bradley then comes out the pit lane, and I actually think he's gained time on Ewan. As Chimp's got a front wing change, that's going to drop him down a bit. He hasn't actually lost much time to Ewan at all. If anything, I think he's gained time. Oh no, he did lose a bit of time. Maybe not. Let's cut to these two then. These two are the only fight actually these days. Saying that, Mr. Pants has jumped Chimp. Little note. Mr. Pants, he might have had his moment. He was leading, got a drive through, but he's up into P4. I'm gutted for Mr. Pants, and I'm gutted for Power Hayes as well, as Paul he needs to pit. You need to pit, sir. Okay, you've only got 6 seconds. Tedoy somehow got 9. I didn't even know that. As it stands, by the way, Tedoy will be getting the most gained places by a country mile, up to 3rd. As here goes Paul again. He thinks about it, but stays behind. If there's going to be a safety car, it's going to be caused by these two, by the way. Chimp and... well, Chimp especially is going to love how this is going, as they've had contact again. Jenga's going to try and stick it down the inside, bumping wheels again. That's Paul into the wall, only a bit of, oh, here you go, Paul down the inside again. Right, now, is he going to send it down the inside of the hairpin? No, he's not. Right, the way I see it, he's got the tiniest bit of front wing ever. The way I see it, right, there's being smart, and racing smartly, and then there's just punting, trying to go down the inside where there's no gap. Like, you need to be somewhat close. Like, at this point, Paul's just trying to keep any sort of hope of sending it down the inside of Jenga. Like, what are you doing there? You're going to get a 10-second, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Or 3-second, actually, for And he lost himself time doing that as well, as that's Jenga hitting a wall. They're 8 seconds a lap slower. I know their laps are set in the drive, but oh dear. By the way, we need to give Bradley a shout out. He has driven brilliantly. Why are they still going? They're honestly going to get lapped. How far away are they? Nearly a minute behind the leader, of Bradley. Deary me. I think Monaco might be coming back to the next season's calendar. A lot of people complained about Monaco being on the calendar, and I can see why. Because it does become a shit show. But at the same time, this has been a pleasure to watch. Like, this has been top tier. You don't get this in a normal league race. No, that's boring. You don't want to be watching a race where they're just following around each other for 39 laps. Not a single move made. Instead, you'd rather watch Paul bumping into Jenga Boy for the millionth time. We've got Dark Shadow in the game chat. I presume you can't hear that. I hope not. Oh, Paul's hit the wall again twice. Something tells me, I'm surprised he's actually keeping up. Meanwhile, by the way, little thing to note is Kaya has left the session. I don't understand. It said he was on FIFA. I don't understand how he's only just left, but his Discord definitely said he was on FIFA. Chimp is on the back of Mr. Pants. We're going to keep an eye on this, as this is a fight for P4, but could potentially be third place. Chimp, by the way, is your championship leader as it stands by a comfortable margin. He pretty much, all he needs to do is get to the end of the race, because one RB, championship rival, Sylvain Vessia, has had a shocking drive, awful drive. Jenga has been crashing and all sorts with Paul the entire race, so kind of says it all. Has Reflection got front wing damage? How is he not catching up? I think he can't be dropping time from these guys, surely. Camerals, by the way, give him a little shout out. He's not doing too shabby in 6th, which for a man who struggles to finish a race is fairly good. As Chimp, oh, you can't go up the inside there, Chimp. Bashing wheels. Not the rear to front wheels. Here we go. Down the inside, Chimp tries to go of Mr. Pants. Mr. Pants is going to try and keep it down the outside, and he does, and that is Chimp into the barrier again, and they're still going side by side. How has he kept the exit on that? Is beyond me. Mr. Pants, you've got to send it down the inside there. You do not let him go around the outside. He's going to try it. Get the switch back. Go on. Good fighting from the two of them, though, to go side by side into the final corner. Fair. That is really good racing between the two of them. Yeah, good to see between the two Mercedes engined drivers. Meanwhile, Sylvain and Jake, who has been on a run this evening of really defending, kind of how I expected Kaya to defend. As these two are going side by side again, Paul has lost his front wing this time. His whole entire front wing. I don't understand how they're turning the car. How is... Oh, he's still got... He's got a hint of front wing. And by a hint, I mean literally the tiniest bit. It's just a tiny little gap, as Jake and Sylvain fighting, and Sylvain successfully makes himself up to P7, trying to recover his race tonight. By the way, little thing to note, how is Chimp managing to keep with Jenga, even though he's got far less of a front wing? It's impressive. What was I saying? Yeah, I forgot to mention the penalty. Oh, Paul. No way is he making this move stick. Oh my god. Here they go, side by side again on the start-finish stroke. He's going to try and go around the outside. Jenga's not going to let that happen, and they're both into the wall. How would these two... Honestly, still is he on the brakes? What is going on? How are they still in the race, man? I've seen less contact. Paul, whatever his name is. Power Hayes didn't hit the wall that hard, I don't think. Oh, he's shoving him through the corner. Okay, right. Now, there are rules I would like to remind both drivers. You know, but guys, right, the 10th place point is still there. Just saying. And I am slightly worried because the leaders are coming up to this shit show, and if one of these guys get wiped out, it's a race ban instantly. If they haven't already awarded themselves a race ban, to be honest, it's not looking great for these two. I'm sure Paul might just cut this corner, just to, why not? Suddenly Jenga's driving quicker, by the way, without the front wing. He's actually gapped Paul a bit more. I'm scared for Bradley's life. If these two honestly do interfere with Bradley's race, I'm going to be not a happy Kieran, to say the least. I don't understand how these two are still racing. It baffles me because they've hit the wall so many times, and this is on, I believe, standard, right? I didn't put it on. Oh my god, he's wall riding. No, don't send it there. Yeah, I don't think it's on sim because people asked for sim, but I said no because that'd be silly. For example, because of these incidents like this, they go side by side into the barriers. They both go again into the hairpin. Oh, how is he wall riding? Oh my god, how is he getting away with that? I don't understand it. Has this car gotten to the point where it's just a bloody metal box? I don't know, but either way, Paul is now ahead of Jenga Boy. How, I don't know. This is a massive dent in Jenga's championship fight, which is really unfortunate because he has driven brilliantly. As Paul's corner cut in, this could end in tears. If there isn't already tears. Not Sandoval, Raskas. That's the corner. He's pushing him through the corners. I mean, this is good entertainment. It's not a very good image for the league, I can't imagine, but it's good entertainment, I guess. I mean, all the rest of the gaps are all fairly... Oh my god, chimp. Good, good drift. Like I said, my only worry is obviously Bradley is catching. And I don't like the look of the catching that he is doing. Because, yeah, there's two terrorists in front of him. I will be really upset if they do take him out, because he is driven brilliantly from start to finish. Hopefully they'll follow blue flags, because ghosting isn't on, and I hope all three of them know that. I really hope they know that. Otherwise we're in a bit of bother. I know they're fighting their own race, but I also would quite like Bradley to finish the race. Thank you, Jenga, for being a good man, as Ewan gets himself a penalty. Bradley now approaches a certain Paul, who will hopefully move out the way because ghosting isn't on. Good lad. And we can go back to the shit show. That is Paul going into the pit lane. He's decided and retired in the pit lane. That is his race over, and now Jenga's got how many? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 laps to go to finish this race without a front wing. He might as well just go fast. You can't even go fastest lap. You've just got 5 laps of just driving around in circles. Yeah. It's not ideal, those two. I'll be real. Like, if this was Brazil, right, it would be perfectly good racing. But because it's Monaco, it's hard to race around Monaco with barriers, right? And I know you've got to send it, right? I completely get that, but you also have to remember Jenga's fighting for a championship. But we'll see what the stewards come up with, because the rules are the rules. I've written them, and I can tell you what's right and wrong. That racing was something. They both put each other in the barriers. I could argue that they both just don't get penalised. Apart from, I think Paul took out Cam at one point. That might get penalised. Apart from that, I'm going to hope Jenga's going to pit, thank God. Yeah, Jenga's racing for one singular point right now. But I respect it. If he continues to the end, you know, he knows his rules. I think they've gone through a lot of fucking front wings. I don't know how they're still going. Meanwhile, we've got a fight for P3 here. Tedoy versus Chimp. Now, if these two collide, this would make this race very interesting. Chimp going down the inside. It looks like a box standard. Chimp, I think Tedoy has front wing damage. And that is Chimp into P3. Into the podium. I think, how many penalties does Ewan have? He has 3 seconds, so I think Ewan will keep his P2. Good drive from him, by the way. He has front wing damage. He at one point spun in the swimming pool section. I've never known anyone to do it and get away with it. I think he must have hit the wall, but yeah. So I imagine this battle's safely over. Chimp now has to get 3 seconds on Ewan. So we'll see how that goes. But at the moment, we need to give a lot of credit to this man, Bradley, who has driven fabulously. He has not had... I don't think he's had a single incident this entire race. We've got Cam Rules, who has gone off, and he's out of the race. I don't think we've got enough safety cars. From P6, he's clipped the inside barrier, and I think we've run out of safety cars. His car's gone. That is Cam's race over. I asked for 10 finishes. We're going to get 9, which I guess isn't that bad. Yeah. I could invite Cam here. Get him in the party. Yeah, go on then. Why not? Let's see if he'll join us for the final 3 laps of the race. Because why not? Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Cam Rules. Welcome to the stream. So, do you want to tell us what happened? It's not ideal. Do you have, while we have the biggest gaps known to man, because everyone takes each other out, any stories for the race while we wait for the race to... Oh, I've disconnected, brilliant. It's a great end of the race. Got you in and suddenly it died. I know. Yeah. Is there any names in particular? Chimp? Really? Oh, I didn't know this. Thank you, Jenga, for the invite again. You haven't seen Jenga and Paul. They've had quite the battle, to say the least. It's very interesting. When you watch it back on stream, you'll see. I did, yes. I have a feeling that might be a penalty if you report it. Yeah. Let's hopefully we'll load in. What lap are we on? Okay, we'll get to the end. Oh dear. Interesting indeed. In fairness, I didn't put an announcement like I did in Vegas about putting people in walls. So I did put in that said announcement Monaco. So there's not really much of an excuse. Anyway, we are back and going, and that is a front wing missing, and that is for Jake, who has lost his front wing for the millionth time in this race. Oh, have you seen how many stops fucking Paul's done? Done 6. He's not having a great time out there. Nor's like half the grid. Oh yeah, that red flag. Did you see what happened? Oh dear. He had, I don't know what happened, but he was sideways going up the hill. I think, was it you or Reflection? One of yous had to avoid him, not slam on the brakes. And then, I don't know how, but Power Hayes slammed into the back of Kaya. And the side pod of him, somehow didn't DNF from it. He was up to P2 at one point, and then he's binned it, the corner after where you've crashed. So... Oh, Ewan, you don't want to be getting the 3 seconds. Oh dear. Now he needs to somehow gap Chimp by 2 seconds, or Chimp will be getting P2. Well, provisionally anyway, because I have a feeling this this finishing order is not going to be the full classification. Something tells me with the gaps, it's going to be grid drops or quali or race bands. Sorry. Yes, it was the full race distance. Should get 2, so you don't get them either. Which is them? Oh, 90% distance. So you. Issue scrapping straws to get points. Okay. Anyways, we will discuss that in the Discord later because I don't know. I haven't done the maths. Meanwhile, Bradley, as he goes through the Cam corner and then the Power Hayes corner, and then we've got I think someone went off here. I think Ewan. Yeah, this is the Ewan corner swimming pool section where he somehow spun. Yeah, we've got a corner for everyone at the moment. And then we've got the Paul and Cam corner coming up. But none of those corners are going to be named after Bradley, apart from the start-finish straight. He has... Oh, he hits the wall. He has near enough dominated this race from lap 10 onwards. Bradley is a race winner here in Monaco. Chimp has caught right up to Ewan, who is, I'm sure, going to try and defend it, but it's not going to matter. Chimp gets him on track, actually. Into P2. Ewan... P3, good comeback from Ewan. Tedoy will finish 4th on track, but Mr. Pants will take that from him into 4th place. Good drive for Mr. Pants, all things considered. He was leading the race and then got a drive through. He wasn't the championship lead. Not anymore. Not at all. I unfortunately can't do that because he'd be on 0. Sylvan in P6. So with Jake's front wing missing, Reflection is going to get P7. Jenga Boy, by the way, in P9. Something tells me there is some sort of penalty going to come out of those two. However, saying that, because they both gave it to each other, presuming Jenga didn't kill anyone else, they both could just get away with it, to be honest. I don't see why not. But Reflection will get 7th and Jake will get 8th. But Bradley is your race winner here in Monaco. Good drive from the Aston Martin driver. It goes to 6 to 7 race winners, no pun intended. Why have you counted it? Oh, I skipped the podium thing. Shit. So, anyways, Bradley is your race winner. Very well deserved. Yeah, I think he's the only deserved one out of it. Chimp in P2. Ewan, I think, had a very solid drive in P3. Mr. Pants, honestly, Oh god, he only got fourth. He could have been on a podium 100%. But is what it is. Sorry, Jesus. Tedoy in P5. 12-second time penalty. Safe to say he won't be getting the extra point for no penalties. Sylvan, despite the shit show he had, sixth, and he will still get the point for not getting a penalty. Good drive, I guess, from him. Reflection in P7 on his debut. Wasn't really anywhere. I presume he must have got some sort of front wing damage. Jake in P8 from pole position. Bit of a shit show from him, but it's points at the end of the day. Jenga Boy P9 a lap down, fastest lap though. And then Camrals, Paul, Power Hayes, Jack Craig, Arsenal Boy who left the server, and Dark Shadow, all without a point because they all didn't finish. So, sorry, I don't think it is. I think. So that is, you have to go. Where are you going? Okay. Oh right. Yeah, I got a message from her. That is your race. Do you have any final words, Mr. Rowlands, before we end this? I can't promise that, but because that was brilliant to watch. I have two words, and that is fuck Sylvan. You can't say that on fucking stream cam. Jesus Christ. My God. Jesus. Right, I do not associate myself with what he has just said. I do apologise. There is limits on what we can say, and that is definitely I really hope YouTube doesn't. I know what it means. Just okay, enough with the terrorists. Right, there was a lot of terrorists. Oh dear, Cam, fuck me. Right, okay, that is your race for tonight. I hope you have all somehow enjoyed this race. It has been something. Oh, your audio isn't saved, thank God. Christ above. It's not been brought up into the thing, thank God. So, he's fine, right. Well, apologies for talking to myself, but been doing that all night. So, thank you all for watching. We'll see you in, I think it's Belgium, isn't it? I believe it is indeed Belgium. I certainly can kick you out of the party. That's a strange request. Yes, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week in Belgium. God rest our souls.